I'll ask Congress to make the Trump tax cuts permanent. Instead of a Biden tax hike, I'll give you a Trump middle class, upper class, lower class, business class, big tax cut. You're going to have the biggest tax cut. I will make the Trump tax cuts permanent. You know, they expire in a year. And we will cut your taxes even more than that. I will make the Trump tax cuts the largest ever, larger than Reagan's. I'm going to make them permanent. We have to make them permanent. If the Democrats get in, they're going to let that float. I will make the Trump tax cuts, the biggest tax cuts ever, bigger than Reagan. I will make them permanent. We're going to make them permanent. You know, they expire in a year. They expire in a year. We have to make them permanent. The Democrats will fight. If they're not made permanent, it's a tremendous tax increase, and we're not going to let that happen. I will make the Trump tax cuts permanent. We'll make tax cuts additionally. We'll make them permanent because, you know, we have a thing where they want to terminate at the end of the period when they expire. The Trump tax cuts, 5 years, they want to let them expire. We will make them permanent tax cuts. I will make the Trump tax cuts the largest tax cut in history. We'll make it permanent. To get economic relief to workers and families, I will make the Trump tax cuts permanent. I will make the Trump tax cuts, again, the biggest ever in history. We're going to make them permanent. I will make the Trump tax cuts, which were the biggest in history, permanent. You know, they expire in a year, and I'll make them permanent. I will make the Trump tax cuts permanent. I will make the Trump tax cuts permanent. And we will make the Trump tax cuts permanent and reduce taxes even more for working families and small businesses. They want to let the Trump tax cuts expire. But I will make the Trump tax cuts permanent. The fifth pillar of my plan is to make the Trump tax cuts permanent. Last year, we campaigned across the country at a pledge that I'm sure most of you didn't hear too much about. Pledge to take the Trump tax cuts and make them permanent.